how dumb do they think we are? How dumb do LeBron James and Rich Paul think we are that he can say this? We're not making this about attention and a spectacle. He is literally the last important free agent decision left on the board. He is the last piece on the board. And there's so many players that are going to take the vet minimum just waiting to find out where LeBron is going. Because for salary cap reasons, for fit reasons, no one can make a move until LeBron makes a move, because if he goes to Miami, Miami's going to have to figure out and fill out the rest of that roster. If he goes to a Minnesota, now Miami has a lot more bread to throw around to go get some other vets. If he goes to Philly, same thing. They got to fill out that roster. They may have to make some additional moves. If he goes to Cleveland, same thing. Like, so whatever team he goes to, that team and then the domino effect of other teams are going to have to make moves once he decides where he's going to go. So to say that this is not about attention and a spectacle, when you have people in the media space that are saying LeBron already knows where he's going, why he's taking so long is up to his own accord. Only he, and maybe Rich Paul, knows. It's not about a decision or anything like that. He has a choice to make. He has a business choice to make. And we talked about that here on the stream where we broke down the whiteboard, and the whiteboard had the Dallas Mavericks on it. And the only reason why the Dallas Mavericks were on the whiteboard was because of oil money. It was all off the court reasons. They had the Boston Celtics on that whiteboard. And I talked about how even though Rich Paul put Brad Stevens, the boy genius, and Jason Tatum on that board, I was like, no, that has nothing to do with Brad Stevens or Jason Tatum. It has everything to do with the Boston Celtics are owned by a private equity fund. So he wants access to that private equity fund. But what's the business if he just plays at the crib again? If he closes out his career in Cleveland, is he trying to make the Michael Jordan Wizards move again? Is he trying to right the wrong that was what happened to Michael Jordan with the Wizards? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you are a student of the game in business, you should know that the Michael Jordan Wizards move is not the move. You don't play for a team with a under-the-table handshake agreement that you're going to own the team after you're done. You don't do that. And the NBA forbids that there's contract language that states that a player can be a player/owner. So it's not like it could be written into your contract. So what is the business angle for LeBron going back to Cleveland? Dan Gilbert going to get after everything that we've seen over the years with Dan Gilbert and LeBron. And yes, they mended fences to get LeBron back there for the second run. But you're now telling me the third and potentially likely final run is going to be LeBron's going to own the Cavs at the end of it? How, Sway? What is the business choice to make? Is it the business of bread and ownership, or is the business of legacy? Is legacy a business? He's got 4 championships. Is he trying to get to 5? Where does 5 put him? It puts him in the pantheon of Tim Duncan. It puts him in the pantheon of Magic Johnson. It puts him in the pantheon of Kobe. It still ain't Jordan, but it's one closer to Jordan. Is that the business choice? The business of legacy. If he goes to Philly, it's a 2-year window. Do you see a scenario where LeBron goes to Philly and gets back-to-back chips to finally catch Mike? Is that the business choice? What is the business choice that LeBron and Rich Paul are speaking on? If LeBron goes back to Miami and wins one more, that doesn't seem like business. Again, now, if you want to play the business ownership piece, This is a long shot, but walk with me. The Miami Heat are owned by a very old man. That old man has a son. The son is alleged to be the heir to take over once the father eventually dies. Is there a scenario where LeBron is trying to maybe not outright own, be the majority owner, but is he like, yo, I'll come back to Miami, but when the old man eventually dies and the son takes over, you bring me in as a minority owner? But again, that language can't be in the contract, so now we got another handshake agreement, and we saw what happened with Michael Jordan and the Wizards when that happened. What's the business choice? You let me know.